So before we actually start showing you how to play music on the ukulele, I want to take some time and actually talk about music itself. Because there are some words and terms that go with music that if you don't know what they mean, it can be very confusing when we try to teach you a song and we talk about the melody or this note or that note and you don't know what we're talking about. So let's take a few minutes in this lesson and talk about music fundamentals. To begin with, music, like when you're singing a song and you're singing the different notes or the words of the song, we like to call that the melody. And the melody is just a series of notes. They can either be going up or they can be going down or they can be mixed back and forth that make up the melody of the song. And on a uke, for example, we can have a note like, say, this string right here. We can have that note, and then we can have another note like this, say. This note is higher in pitch than that note. This note is higher, that note is lower. So melodies can move up and down in pitch. That's going up, and that's going down. So I know this might seem very, very basic to some of you, but for others this might be a good introduction to sort of the fundamentals of music. So we have melody. That's the individual line that you would sing if you were singing a song. Something like that. Now, what goes along with melody is something called a chord. Now by chord, I don't mean the strings here on the instrument itself. A chord is when we play more than one note at a time, like this. I'm playing 4 different strings. Each has a different note. Some are higher, some are lower. When I play them together, that sound is called a chord. And usually the way the music works, and a lot of these songs that we'll be teaching you in the program, we're going to be teaching you chords on the ukulele that you can play along with the melody that you or somebody else is singing. So you might be playing a chord and the melody might be moving like this. So those are 2 different aspects of music, the melody and the chord. Chords more than one note played together. The melody is single notes moving up and down. Like that. And the last fundamental I want to talk about in music is the rhythm. And this is the entire other dimension of music, how the beat goes and how things are played in time. For example, if I'm playing a chord like this, and I'm playing it very slow, you would say that the rhythm is very slow. If I'm playing a lot faster, the rhythm is faster, okay? And the way you measure the rhythm is by the beat. And if you've ever been listening to music and started tapping your foot or maybe tapping your finger on the table or something like that, you are getting in tune with the beat of the music. And this is how you feel the speed of the music moving along, if it's fast or if it's slow. So if I'm playing some music like this, you might want to tap your fingers something like this. Just very simply, like that. You're tapping the beat. You're tapping along with the beat of the music. The beat can sometimes be fast. Like that, a little bit faster. Or it might be slower. That would be, the beat would be slower like this. So we're going to talk about beat and rhythm and chords and melody a whole bunch during this program. So don't worry if some of this is confusing, but you can look at this video over and over again if you need clarification. Melody is single notes moving up and down. Chords are when we play more than one note together, and they will accompany the melody. They play along while you sing. And then the rhythm and the beat is the speed at which we play things and when we play them. And again, we're going to talk a lot more about all these different aspects. But just before we get started, I wanted to take a moment and talk to you about some of these basic fundamentals so that it's not confusing when we get into the song lessons. All right, so in the next lesson, we're going to talk about the ukulele and all its parts and how to hold it and that sort of stuff. So we'll see you in the next lesson.